Hello, everyone, and welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM WARA and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com, and on our YouTube channel that is also on all one word, 4 Deep Sports Talk. I am Catherine Conley, aka KC, with Joe Celia on the board, Justin Ferrer, aka the Sportsmaster, Lucy Cabral, aka the Paparazzi, and Dominic Damiano, a.k.a. Dom. We have the Middleborough Youth Football Midget League Super Bowl champions in studio with us.
Can you hear us? My headset's dead. Great. Nice. You guys can hear, right? Can you guys hear in the headset? Yeah?
Testing, hello?
I know, right? Well, they're nodding their head, so at least I'm still breathing, I guess, right? Coach, great job this year with these guys. Excellent, excellent job.
Thank you very much. We had a great season.
You really did. So what I like to do... Oh, yeah, there you go. So let's go down. Let's the kids introduce themselves. You know what I mean? We'll let them introduce themselves. Go ahead. That's fine.
I'm Ben Frago.
Adrian Peebles.
Max Silvestri.
Robert Mosley.
And, Coach, we're expecting, what, maybe 5 more kids or 6 more kids?
We invited 11 guys. We invited most of the varsity players. I just can't commit to how many more are coming.
Now, before...
What positions do you guys play?
Yeah, there you go.
I play lineman and middle linebacker.
Running back and middle linebacker. I meant outside linebacker.
Lineman and kicker.
Tight end and middle linebacker.
Nice. So I want to just run down their schedule and how they finished. This is, of course, 2000 this year, obviously. They beat Hanson 26-0, open up the season. Plymouth South 26-0. The Pontiac 12-0. Just the points again. I'm looking at just the 3 games points allowed. Silver Lake 12-8. They lost to Silver Lake. Yes. I'm sorry, 12-8. Plymouth North they lost 32-6. Whitman Hanson in a close game 14-12. East Bridgewater blanked East Bridgewater 3-0. Lost to Abington 27-0. Playoffs started. They beat Silver Lake 27-0. And obviously these other teams that beat you did not qualify to make it to the Super Bowl. Correct? Was that Super Bowl win, that 20? No, you had another who'd you guys
We played Hanson in the Super Bowl.
Hanson, okay.
Yeah. So basically we had, there were 6 teams in the division.
Yep.
It was us, Apponequet, Plymouth South, Hanson, East Bridgewater, and Silver Lake. So there's 6 teams in the division. We went 4-1 in the regular season in the division, and then the playoffs is basically the top 4 teams out of 6. So we were the 1 seed in the playoffs. We played the 4 seed, which was Silver Lake, and then the 2 seed played the 3 seed, which was Hanson versus East Bridgewater. Hanson beat East Bridgewater. We beat Silver Lake, and that's how we matched up in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. That's a pretty cool format.
The losses, we had 3 losses in the season. We lost to Silver Lake 12-8.
Yep.
We lost to Abington and Plymouth North. But the Abington and Plymouth North, they were non-league games.
Oh, they were non-league.
Yeah. So
okay.
they were in a different division than us. So they make an 8-game regular season.
Yep.
And those 2 were and then the other non-league game was the Whitman game, which we won 14-12.
Gotcha. Well, that's still pretty impressive.
Yes.
So you guys, now they're midgets, right?
Correct. Our team is 7th and 8th grade combined.
Okay, so then they have 5th and 6th. Is that considered Pee-wee?
That's Pee-wee, and then the mites are 3rd and 4th.
Did you have these guys as Pee-wee?
Kind of an interesting kind of tidbit is I've been fortunate enough to coach the 7th graders since they were in 4th grade. I was part of that, helping them. But the 8th graders, this is the first time I ever coached those guys. So
nice.
When they missed their Pee-wee season due to COVID.
Yeah.
When they were mites, they had a different coach, and this year they got lucky enough to get me as a coach. I'm not sure they would all say that, but they were.
Now, how did that fall for you to get the midgets this year?
To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting to get it.
Yeah.
It just worked out. Bob Mosley, who was the chairman of the program, asked me to be the head coach, and I said yes.
Nice. You saw who was on the team.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't
okay.
really base it on. I don't really base it on, do I think we're going to be good or not? I like coaching football. I've done it.
Yeah.
I think this was my 13th season. So
Nice.
Yeah, so I just wanted to coach, and I was going to help out no matter what, but they
Yeah.
asked me to be the head coach.
That's cool.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You guys got questions you want to go with the kids?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, how did it feel winning the Super Bowl? Was it exciting?
Oh, it felt pretty good winning the Super Bowl because we haven't won it in like 4 years. Yeah, last time we won it was in 4th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. It felt good to how we started our season with Super Bowl and how we ended it with the Super Bowl.
I would definitely say it was very exciting, and since we haven't won it since 4th grade, it was an adrenaline rush to win it again.
I found it pretty exciting because I was 7th grade. I'd never won a Super Bowl before, and I was starting varsity, so I got to win my first Super Bowl.
Cool. I have another question for you guys. Do you have any team rituals, like, to get you guys ready?
I wouldn't say we had any team rituals. We had towards the beginning of the season, kind of we call this the sumos, where we would do like head-to-head matches where we would face off and see who would. It was kind of like just like small drills, and then at the end it was 2 people who faced off most people, and then whoever won that was the champion of the week.
Can I say something about the rituals? We
Sure.
tried to implement so we would practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday we work offense, Wednesday defense, then Thursday we review everything. And on Thursday at the end of practice, we would kind of come together as a group. So what I've always done when I'm a head coach is I try to get the kids to pick a couple kids a week to say something to the team. So we did do that. It didn't always work out like it planned, but there was a couple guys on the team that really got them revved up every week. Caleb was always good at it. And we would let anybody do it. Not everybody took advantage of it, but that was kind of a ritual we had that we always did on Thursday night, just to kind of come together as a group and let the kids kind of I wanted the kids to take ownership of the team, and it can't always be the head coach trying to get you guys fired up for the game. So I thought that was pretty good. Anybody that wanted to do it got a chance to do it, but we had a couple guys every week. Caleb, every single week, he did it, and he got the guys going. So that was kind of a ritual. That was kind of fun.
And so what would he do?
It was kind of a speech. He would just he would get up in front of the whole team, and he would talk about who we were playing, and he would just get he would just get them all revved up in his speech. And like I said, it was pretty good. The kids loved it. I would say he was the best, right? Yeah, he was the best one at it.
And what position did he play?
He was a linebacker. He was a lineman. He was he played on Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
Okay. What's the best part of winning the Super Bowl?
I would say the best part of winning the Super Bowl is not really winning the Super Bowl, but getting to the point where you can play in the Super Bowl with the teammates that you love. Honestly, it's an experience that you don't get to have like easily. You have to work for it, and it's fun. It's really fun to get to play in the Super Bowl.
How big was the crowd? That's right. We'll finish that question. I had another question. I'm sorry.
I'd say the crowd was pretty big. I was pretty impressed. I thought I went to I've been to quite a few Thanksgiving Day football games, for high school, and I thought there were more people at our game than a lot of Thanksgiving Day games. It was a good-sized crowd, and they were pretty into it.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
There were people from other towns coming there and stuff like that. Like I saw a lot of people from like Apponequet and like Plymouth North and stuff like that.
It was a pretty good environment. And the game was at East Bridgewater High School, which was a great field.
Yeah. How are we doing for time, sir? Are we good?
We have about 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Nice. All right. You're up.
What was the hardest challenge on the path to getting to the Super Bowl?
I would say one of the hardest challenges was all the conditioning we had to do because it killed us.
The running.
Yeah, running. We ran like crazy. I mean, like every practice.
Up downs as well.
Top sit-ins with Mike.
Well, we did a lot of up downs, and that drained all of our energy at the end of practice.
Yeah, I remember mid-season when we would do 20 up downs every single day of the week for one season, because I remember we lost against Silver Lake, and coach was not happy about that. So we had to do a couple up downs.
Was that a punishment?
What is the up down? Is it like running
Yeah,
like up
thank
and down
you.
the hill?
No. An up down is basically you run in place, and when I blow the whistle, you drop to the ground, and then you pop back up. So I need to clarify that the up downs were not punishment. We had on Sunday, we had 32 kids on the team. About half the team played on Saturday. We have a JV team and half played on Sunday. So they might have thought it was punishment, but it was conditioning to make sure. When you have guys playing both ways, you have to be in good shape. So now I would say that the I wouldn't call the conditioning challenging. I think that's kind of being a football player. The biggest challenge we had as a team was we were after we won the first game, and then we played Plymouth South week 2. They were a tough team, big, physical, and we lost one of our best players, Adrian. That game, he got hurt, and going for the next few weeks, he didn't play, and then we also lost a couple guys. With Max got sick. We had another guy get sick. We lost some of our starters. So Ethan Henry, but one of our best linemen. So going down in the middle of the season, even though we were 3-0, we were banged up. And then we went into Silver Lake, which was our last division game, for a couple weeks, and we lost that game 12-8. And I was mad I was mad that we lost. I was disappointed. I wasn't mad at the kids. I just was disappointed that we lost the game. But that to me was the midpoint in the season was tough because we had some guys down. We didn't make excuses. We just played through it. And then once we got everybody back, that's when we went on our roll. And but that was the biggest challenge, if you ask me.
All right, we will be taking our first break. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk with the Middleborough, is it Midgets?
Middleborough
midget.
Cougar Midgets.
Yeah, Cougar Midgets, yeah.
You're listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk, WARA 1320. Please feel free to give us a call. Thank you very much. This is our first break.
You do all right?
Hey everybody, welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We have the Middleborough Cougars, MMC, or is it Middleborough MMC Cougars? I'm going to get it right sooner or later.
It's the Mitchell Memorial Club Cougars, MMC. So yeah, you have it right.
And they took me a while, Coach. I was eventually going to mumble it right. It just take time.
You're doing a good job.
So Tom Joyce from the New Boston Post just texted me. He's listening. up in Quincy. He had a couple questions real fast. He says, other than winning the title, what was your favorite memory of the season? But I think we touched on that, though. Didn't one of you guys already touch on that? No, you talked about... No. You talked about Super Bowl, how the Super Bowl went. So anyway, Tom Joyce wants to know, what was the... other than winning the title, what was your favorite memory of this season?
My favorite moment of the season was probably when we ended our losing streak and we beat Whitman 14-12, because it was a great bounce-back game from us, because we had a good defensive stand on the goal line that won us the game.
Nice. How about everybody else? Anyone else got a quick memory on the season?
My favorite memory was how locked down our defense was against a playoff game, and in the red zone, we all of our stops were in the goal line stand stops, and we held them back pretty good. That was probably my favorite memory.
Nice. What about you two guys?
My favorite memory was the first game I came back from my injury, and it was, like he said, against Whitman. It was a really great game. It was a good way to bounce back from my injury.
I don't really have many favorite memories overall. The entire season, it was a great time. Honestly, there were so many memories that were so much fun that you can't really pick one.
That's having a fun season. This is probably one of the most important questions. Tom Joyce wants to know, what's the favorite place for pizza in Middleborough?
The question is Central Cafe.
That's it.
Best pizza in Middleborough.
There you go.
The kids got a little spoiled by their coach this year, because when I told them, I challenged them, I said, we talked about it as the season wore on. We went back and looked at all the teams at the midget level in Middleborough back to 2014. And there hasn't been a midget team with a winning record in a long time. And I told these guys, let's make it happen. So I said, it's an 8-game season, so I said, we got to get to 5. And when we got to 5, I told them, I said, we're getting pizza. So we got pizza delivered to the field by after the 5th win. And then when we won the Super Bowl, the whole team and all the families went to the Central Cafe, and they were nice enough to, let us all in, and it was awesome.
That is so cool. So so it's more like a history thing. So you went down in the Apponequet game, right, Adrian? You went down in the Apponequet game? The Plymouth North game?
Plymouth South.
Plymouth South. Oh, you went down week 2.
Week 2.
Yikes. And who else went down?
We lost Max. We lost one of our best linemen, Ethan Henry. Ethan went down. Adam Trainer, one of our running backs, was banged up for a couple weeks. So we had a lot of injuries in the middle of the year.
Not all during week 2 though. You lost.
No.
You lost your.
Those 3 weeks though, we were banged up.
Yikes.
We had a lot of guys step in and help us. I mentioned Caleb.
Yep.
Yeah, I mentioned Cam Sproles helped us out big time. I will say that one guy. He's not. I was expecting him to be here, but when we were down, when Adrian was down, and Adam was down, Johnny. We had a player named Johnny O'Brien. He stepped in at. He was starting running back, but he basically Adrian went down against Plymouth. Johnny carried the load. He caught 2 passes for touchdowns. He ran the ball. I just kept giving it to him. And he really carried us for the next. And even against Apponequet, we only won that game 12-0. But we were beat up. And Johnny was he really helped us out those weeks.
So it's probably safe to say that Plymouth North non-league game was probably the game you were playing with the skeleton crew, more or less.
Yeah,
guys putting extra time in.
No, they were good. They were a great team.
Oh yeah.
And but we were just banged up.
All right, what do you guys got?
Yes. So, hi. So I'm someone, when it comes to football, I really just enjoy watching offensive systems, especially, just watching play action, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, do you guys like your run game or do your passing game more?
You want them to answer me?
Both are fine.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed the pass game a little bit because this was my first year getting the ball, and I had a couple catches and a couple touchdowns too. So I preferred the passing game, but when we went to our running backs, like Adrian, he could carry the ball very well, and he could deck some people. He could kill some kids.
Some stiff arms here and there.
I preferred the running game because I got the ball most of the time in the running game, but I also like the passing game because I like to run on routes.
So as the coach, I always pride myself on having a good running football team. And I thought when the season started, I didn't think we were a power team. I didn't think our no offense to the offensive linemen, I didn't think we could run the ball up the middle. I didn't think we had a good enough line. And I will say this, over the course of the season, we made a couple changes here and there, and we became a power football team. And I told the kids, going into the playoffs, after the playoff game, I thought the offensive line was the MVP of the team. We came out, when we played Silver Lake and lost 12-8, I don't think we didn't score on offense. We scored on defense that game. And I don't think we didn't really have a lot of plays for positive yards in that game. We could not run the football. Their linemen were in our backfield on every single play. It was just tough sledding. But when we played them in the playoffs, we dominated, and it was because of the linemen. And we lined up. We didn't try to shirk them either. We just lined up in the I formation and ran them over. And the credit goes to those guys for that. And I was super proud of them. And I told them that. And we had a kid named the Bear. We put him in at right guard. We just moved a couple guys around, and we put the Bear in there, and we just dominated. And it was because of them. And then when Adrian went down, what it really did was it hurt our defense, and you can see that in a couple of the scores. But when he came back, he solidified the defense, and that's when we were good, but we were lights out once we got him back. So
Nice.
Yeah, so that's really interesting with like offense, especially like because I know like when they tend to be younger. Oh, we got our first call.
That's right. Yep. All right, so hit that. Bring up the volume. Hi, you're first on 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Yes, how you doing?
May we ask who this is calling?
Yeah, my name is Eric Silvestri. My son
can't
is
make it out.
Maximus.
Oh, nice. Eric Silvestri.
So I had a question to the boys. So they
No.
won a couple years ago in the Super Bowl.
No. It's the headset. He's in the headset. Can I see that headset for a second?
Yeah, just hold on for a quick sec. We're having some technical.
Yep.
There we go.
Eric, what's your question? I'm sorry.
It's all right. So a lot of these guys have been teammates for years now, going on like 4 years.
Yep.
So they won a Super Bowl years ago, and they won a Super Bowl this year. Do they feel much of a difference of the games, of how it went from over the years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like the speed of the game or something like that, or just the game in general?
Well, it's just, from years ago to now, they won it. And it's almost kind of like a sandwich in a way. The couple of years in the beginning, we had COVID, all that kind of stuff. But, they started they got the Super Bowl the first year, and then they're leaving the program with the Super Bowl. So, what's their feelings on it?
Yeah, so he's asking, what are your feelings on it? You won the Super Bowl in the past, right? Some of you guys together. Then you just won it this time. Now you're moving on to high school. He's curious what your feelings are going through the whole transition from winning the Super Bowl the first time, winning it now, and then moving on to high school. Does that sound right, Eric?
Yes.
I feel very accomplished of how, because we started it and how we finished it. I feel very accomplished.
I would like to agree with that because, I felt very accomplished winning it twice, and I hope we can get a bunch of wins in high school.
I agree with both Adrian and Ben. It's very accomplishing, and it's nice to get a Super Bowl win at the beginning of how we started and towards the end, too. But mostly I just can't wait I feel like it's going to get more intense and you'll feel more accomplished during high school, I feel like.
Is that everybody? All right. Do you have another question?
That's it for now.
All right, thank you for the call.
Thank you for the call.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty in-depth question. You guys did a great job. I would have stopped mumbling what to say by now, but that's all right. So what else do you guys have? Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
What's next to accomplish?
Well, probably starting for the high school freshman team. That would be fun to do.
What's next? Playing high school football or playing football at the next level.
There you go.
I would definitely have to agree. I would like to. Morley is just to start. That's the next accomplishment is to start on freshman team and to hopefully win a Super Bowl during then too.
Awesome.
For me, since I'm in 7th grade and then next year I'm going to be playing with my other friends, I wanna win another Super Bowl. I hope it happens, but I want to get another winning season. I would rather have that than a Super Bowl.
There you go.
Because my friend group, like my group, my 7th grade group has never experienced a winning season, like playing up, and I would like them to experience that and stuff like that.
I just have one question before we go on break. So, Coach, do you keep in contact with Coach Kingman up in Middleborough High?
I've never met Coach Kingman.
Oh, okay. Because so he doesn't come down and help
Yes.
out.
He was at the Super Bowl. I was told on our sideline, but I didn't.
He didn't. You probably look like a regular fan, right?
No, I know he's a good coach, but
Yeah.
I never had the opportunity to meet him.
Now, have you guys met Coach Kingman? Your next, the next. I know he's not the freshman coach, but it's his program. Once you guys get up there, and did you see, or have you had a chance to watch the high school team play this year?
Yeah, I went to a lot of the games this year, and Kaneman was my lacrosse coach my 6th grade season, and he was pretty good at it. He was a pretty good lacrosse coach, and I was glad I had him as my coach. And he's grown very fond of me, and he likes me, and he hopes to see me in high school.
That's cool. What about you guys? You guys probably checked out a couple games and stuff, and
Yeah, I've gone to every every high school game of theirs that they had at home, and I liked how we had a very dominant offense and defense.
what about you, Aiden? You probably went, right?
I've gone to a couple of home games, and I've never really talked to him, but he seems like a pretty nice coach.
Yeah, I've been to most of the high school home games, but I haven't actually met Coach Kingman yet.
Okay, I was just curious, Coach. All right, we're going to take a second break. When we come back, you can call in 508-222-1320. We have the Middleborough Super Bowl champions. We'll be back with them and more right after this. Hey, welcome back. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station. 1320 AM WARA and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. The Super Bowl champs are here from Middleborough. Again, if you want to call in, 508-222-1320. And basically, like the question I asked off air, Coach, if you could, and you already know this doing the 16 years, you can't do everything by yourself. There's a lot of kids to watch. So, you try to delegate, hopefully you get nice, decent people that know football to help you out. And if we could just give them a quick pat in the back, then we're going to throw these kids to the wolves, and they can mention all their buddies on the roster. I'm kidding about the wolf thing, though.
Sure. We had an awesome coaching staff. First of all, Bob Mosley's the chairman of the MMC. He kind of runs the program. He was always there when we needed him. Chris Paps was an assistant coach. He also coaches at Bridgewater Rainham. Great coach. Johnny O'Brien and Kevin Burrill. Paul Healy was. He helped me. He was like my right-hand man, helping me get the JV guys ready every week because, believe it or not, we have to coach 2 games a weekend. We coach the JVs on Saturday and the varsity on Sunday. So I couldn't have done it without Paul. He was the man. And then one of the things that was awesome for me personally this year is my son, Austin Medeiros, who was a great football player, helped me coach the team, and that was really nice to have him on the staff. And he was quick to always tell me what I was doing wrong, which was, but he's my son, and it was awesome to have him around.
All right, before we get in with the other kids, we have a call. How you on next on 4 Deep Sports Talk?
Hi, good afternoon, Dominic. It's Louis. How you doing?
Can I see
Oh, it's Lucy's husband, Louis.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Lou, go ahead if you have questions for the guys.
Yeah, well, first I want to compliment you on your show last week. We listened to, Lucy and I were out running around.
Well, thank you.
And we listened to the 2-hour program, and each and every one of you should be very proud of the way the show went.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
I didn't embarrass him that bad, Lou. I swear to God.
No, I know. And I just wanted to compliment the coach, where he was talking about where players were getting hurt. I remember when I coached Little League Baseball. We played one game, and the kids were out in the outfield in the sun there for 2 hours just roasting. And I came back and I told the manager that we had to, move the plays around. And as soon as we moved the plays around, there was a whole difference on the team. So what the coach did was just fantastic. So I just want to compliment him on that.
Coach, he's just shooting out to you, saying a great job in the way you work with your roster, with having hurt players and getting it to all work and gel and be in the position you are today, basically.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Is that it, Lou? Do you have a question for the guys, or?
No, that's it.
All right, thank you for the call.
You betcha. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so now we can dive into the roster question. That was Lucy's husband, Lou, calling from Rhode Island.
Great.
So let's talk. Let's get the names out there. The kids, the other guys are not here today. Let's try. How big is roster?
We had 32 players. About 14. We had some guys that played both days, like we call them tweeners.
Yeah.
About 14. Call it 14 on Sunday and about 16 on Saturday. We had I don't remember what the exact number was. It 32 to 35 guys.
Yeah, 32.
These guys just looked at me like I was going to give them an algebra test in school.
Yeah. So we, like I said, about 32.
Let's try to get them in if we can. Let's try to get as many. Let's try to get the varsity kids in. Try to get the JV kids in, so everyone help each other out. If you miss someone, just keep on moving on.
One of our running backs, he was another help during the season. Jeremy Nee, he was a really good power runner. He was a good fullback, and he was able to get it up the gut when we could. He was able to save some of those power games for us.
All right, anybody else? Who else can we mention? Give a shout out to.
His name is Cam Sproul.
Yeah.
He's a younger player. He's 7th grade, but he still stepped up on varsity. But he also played JV, and he was a good little running back.
Nice.
Our varsity QB, Ryan Tullish, he was a big help during the season.
Excellent.
Our lineman, Ethan Henry, he was next to me all the time, and he was really good.
Okay.
I would also like Keith Wilkerson. He was always right next to me when I was at left tight end, and he was a great. He started getting better over the year. He started out slow, but then he started getting better and better.
Nice. All right, we're down to 28 now. Let's keep them going.
You want me to help out here?
I got it. Go ahead. Jeremy Nee, he was
I
one
already
of
said that, pal.
so close.
All right. Coach, you might have to help. Well, go ahead, Adrian. I'm sorry.
We have Ronan Pine. He was a very aggressive player. He helped us a lot out on defense, and he was a D end, and he was just a very aggressive player.
Nice.
I pretty much know every single kid by position, but I would say overall, especially on Sunday. One kid that really helped us was Braylon Rivers, and then he was our third corner safety. He was just a Mack truck in the secondary. He wrecked people. Braylon on the offensive line was great. Well, CJ was awesome. CJ was our center for us. He did a great job. Lucas was a sixth grader and he had to step in a couple weeks and play on the offensive line, which was a huge deal. And then we already kind of mentioned him, but we have a kid on the team. His name is Bear, and that's his real name. He came in late in the season, and he started on the. He basically, when we put him in and we moved a couple guys around, that's when we became a power football team. So, and then on the Saturday team, actually on the Sunday team, one of the things that I was most proud of is our special teams unit was awesome. Awesome. We on special teams, I don't think there's another team in the league that did this. We had 4 onside kick recoveries in the first 4 games of the season. And our kicker was Jake Stadelman. Every single kick, we ran the same play all the time. We called it pooch left, and we recovered the ball 4 times. That's 4 times the other team didn't get the ball, which helped our defense. And so he was great. Our JV quarterback was Pat. He was awesome. He's not that big. We call him Flutie. And yep. Olivia, she was one of our offensive linemen on the JV team. She was awesome. Luke, we talked about Lucas. What about Luke Simpson was great. He would have been varsity by the end of the year. He just broke his collarbone. Yeah, he was a great player. We want him back. So
we also had a player, Jaden Landbauer. He was a great player, but since he had in the beginning of the season, he had another concussion because in his 6th grade season, we were just about to start, and then he got in a terrible bike crash that caused like mental damage and stuff like that.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Wow.
And he just recovered like 3 months before this, before his other concussion, so he's like out of football forever. So
That's terrible.
No.
But his first game he played against Hanson, he had, I think he carried the ball 3 times, got 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Wow.
What about Hunter? Mention Hunter. Offensive line.
Hunter Kendrick, offensive lineman. He was on the Saturday team, but he could hold his own out there. It was only his 2nd year, so he was doing pretty well.
Logan.
And Logan Levesque, he was a defensive end and a tight end. He held his own too against the big guys. He was able to. His pass blocking was pretty good. He was able to hold him on his own. He was pretty good at that. And Leland was a Saturday guy too, and he was a great running back. And he was a 6th grader stepping up to JV on the 7th grade team, and he held his own. He knew how to. He was also a great tackler, so he knew how to play. He knew how to. Oh, and Sky Murray was a wideout for the Saturday team. He didn't get that much routes in, but he knew how to get his guy. He knew how to split him out to the edge, so the running back could cut back in and take it out for a TD. Anthony Jackowitz, he was a Saturday player. It was his first year this year, and he damaged his arm during practice, and he tried coming back one day, but he couldn't. He just couldn't come back, and now he's resting right now. But I haven't seen him in a while, so I gotta catch up to him, see how he's doing.
I think we got everybody.
Did we? Okay.
We had
Good memory.
Nehemiah. We had a player named what's his last name? Yeah, Nehemiah Ortor. He broke his leg in the first scrimmage.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
Yeah, he's still in a cast. He broke his tibia and his fibia, right?
Oh, we both
Oh,
both
no.
parts of it.
So he was part of the team. He came to a lot of the most of the games. His father was a coach at the younger levels, so he was a good guy. We kind of felt it was horrible, but he didn't have to have surgery. It's just a long recovery for him.
Yikes, that
I
happened
think
to
we
me.
got everybody in. We really prided ourselves on having, even though we had the 7th graders and 8th graders. Most of the time, it's a pretty big jump, but we tried to have the mindset that we had one team, but we had 2 games a weekend. So
Nice.
I told the kids that if I'm coaching on Saturday, I want to win just as much on Saturdays and Sunday. We went 4-4 on Saturday, And we had we had 2 chances to get the 5th win. We just couldn't get it done. But those kids, they played their butts off every single week, and they gave us everything they had. So they were awesome too.
That's really cool. So that's everybody. So none of you guys are in trouble right now. So that's good. That's absolutely good. All right, we got time. So why don't you have one more question, right?
Yeah. So, there were a couple Saturdays, and a couple days where we were just doing the podcast. Catherine and I were saying how nice the weather was, especially as the year was as it's coming to a close. So, do you guys prefer games whether it's really hot or when it's on the colder side?
I would prefer the colder side because you're going to warm up anyways when you do it. So I normally wear a short sleeve even when it's cold out, so I eventually warm up during the game. And hot, it's like it kind of depends because if it's a weakness against the other team, like it could help you like with the running game, but I think cold is just better off when you can already warm up to it when you practice.
I would agree with Bobby. I also would rather it being colder because on hot days you get so hot and so sweaty while playing, and I don't like that.
I prefer cold games because I don't sweat. And I feel, but this year we didn't really have any cold games. I feel like they were all just.
It was all in the middle.
On the
It was
cooler
like
side,
60,
if it was
60 or
cold.
50.
Yeah.
All right, Big Guy, what about you?
I would also have to agree with cold, definitely because we've had more hot games than cold. But I would say when it comes to the hot games, we don't get like extreme heat. It's so hot, and then once we keep running and running and running, we like almost overheat. So I would definitely prefer the cold.
Nice.
All right.
Can I say something about the weather?
Please.
There was some complaints earlier, I believe, about the conditioning. And just for the record, that's why we condition, because most of the games in the early season are warm. And as I used to tell them, I said, unless you want me to cancel it, unless it's like 65 and perfect. That's why we do the conditioning, because when it's hot out, you can't use that as an excuse. So they did a good job of that.
Nice.
Nice. All right, you are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk. We're taking our final break. Please give us a call at 508-222-1320, WARA 1320. We will be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM. We are continuing highlighting the Middleborough youth football team. So my next question for you guys is, what was the mindset of going into each game?
I would say the mindset is, I think we had not really nervous chills. It was kind of just like pregame chills, getting ready for the game. But then kind of our inspirational guy on the team, Caleb, before every game, we would always hype each other up, getting ready for the game.
I feel like we had to have a positive mindset, not like be cocky, and I feel like that's how we kind of went into that game against Silver Lake when I was out, because we were like 3-0. I felt like we went in there like we were just going to win it all and walk over them, and that didn't happen.
I feel like when you go into a game, you need to have a good mentality. Like, you need to think like that you're gonna win, but you also need to play.
It's okay.
You also need to play like you haven't won. Like, you need to play your heart out. You need to play, and in practice, you need to play how you play in practice. So whatever you do in practice copies in the game. It's the same exact thing. And when we did good in practice, it would repeat in a game.
Nice.
We always came in a game hoping we would win, but we never were like overly cocky before every game, and we kind of just tried our hardest every game.
That's cool. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Which opponents did you guys like to play against?
For me, it was probably Silver Lake or Hanson, because Silver Lake wasn't. They were probably the best team in our division to go against, and then out of our division, Whitman was probably the most challenging one. They had a really good quarterback. I don't know his name, but he was number 1 on Whitman. He knew how to go through the pocket, and they had a good formation how they ran it. The lineman would shift one way, and the quarterback would either respond to throw it or come in like slowly and take it out for a run. He was a really good quarterback. He knew how to read. He knew his guys. He knew how to read it.
Was he more of a mobile quarterback? Or
more mobile, like Lamar Jackson or something like that.
My favorite team was also Whitman, because it was just like it was a very good team. It was a great game, and I love it. I love like when they're like close games, because it's like all what football's about.
Nice.
My favorite team to play against would also be Whitman, because they had such a good team and they were good, and it wasn't like it was going to be a blowout or anything, and it was a really close game, and I like close games.
I would definitely have to agree with Whitman, only because it's nice to have a challenge every once in a while, mostly just to kind of keep like our steady pace of like see how we can improve too.
There you go.
And my last question for you guys is, who is your favorite NFL player and why is that?
My favorite NFL player when I was growing up, it was probably Rob Gronkowski, because he inspired me to play tight end, because first you still get to block people and have fun, and then you can still like run for routes and stuff like that. I've always loved playing line, so I never really want to back away from it and go play running back or something like that. And I love the feeling of like, and then another player I really like is like Bobby Wagner or Von Miller, because I love playing linebacker, because it's the only real position that can get in there and really take some people out.
I don't really have a certain favorite player in the NFL. Honestly, I think the sport is just what I really love the most.
I like Derrick Henry. I like him. I like his lethal stiff arm.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's unbelievable.
It's like a video game.
Yeah.
My favorite NFL player would be Matthew Judon, because I like watching him play, because he always like messes with the lineman and always gets to the quarterback, and I like his celebration whenever he gets a sack.
There you go. Coach, when in your mindset did you pretty much figure this team was going to go in the run that did, or did you just go by game by game?
I knew we had a good team after the first couple weeks. To be honest with you, I knew after week 2 we were going to the playoffs. We were 2-0 in the division. We were fortunate that we played our division games early in the season. A lot of teams don't play them till the middle. So after the first 2 weeks, we had 2 wins. I said, we're going to the playoffs. So it's just a matter of where we sit in the playoffs. when we lost to Silver Lake, kind of that kind of, I guess that was maybe a little taste of humble pie, and so from there I said, okay, I knew we were going to we had to win our last division game, which was East Bridgewater, to be the 1 seed. So I thought from there, I said, I knew we were going to play Silver Lake in the first round. And I said, if that's the game, I said, if we beat Silver Lake, I no disrespect to Hanson, I thought we'd win the Super Bowl. So that was the game that I was, lost sleep over, playing Silver Lake that second time.
All right, we have a call again next on 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Hello. Hi, I have a question for the boys. Do you all plan to continue football in your freshman year in high school? It gets a pretty rough game, and I think it gets rougher. So do you continue
You have to repeat the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
She
just
wants
a
to know if they're going to continue to play in their freshman year.
Not me, them. No, I'm kidding.
No,
No, I'm only kidding.
When I get in my freshman year, I would still love to keep playing football and go on to college. I don't care what college. Last time I'm playing D2, D3, D1. My dream college is probably either Alabama or UMass, because UMass is close to home, but Alabama is. I love the school. I love how it's made, and I love the history behind it with the football and everything.
Oh, that's a great plan. Well, I wish you luck with that.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I plan on playing football in high school, but I'd like to play it at the next level in college. That's my goal.
Do you have a school?
One school I would like to really go to, Tennessee.
I wonder why.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent. Is there another question? Do any of you?
I think she still has a question. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you plan on participating in another sport besides football?
For me, I play lacrosse and basketball, but I would also like to go to college for lacrosse for either UMass or Stonehill, I think. The UMass is a really good lacrosse team, and it's a pretty nice party in school, so I love the party. So.
I love your honesty. That's great.
Thank you.
I play baseball and basketball, but I think my favorite sport is football, but I don't really know yet because I'm not I still have time to get better at all of them.
Don't turn it on.
Absolutely. Great.
Currently, football is the only sport I play, but I'm probably going to have to do cross country because my mom really wants me to.
There you go, my man.
There you go.
I'm in agreement with
right
that.
now, my main sport is also football. I plan on playing football for high school and college. I think that's what I'm going to stick with, but I might just explore my options during high school.
Great. Well, I'll
hear her.
just comment and say all of you sound like very intelligent and good decision-making men. And I wish you all the good luck, and please don't get hurt.
All right. Thank you very much for the call.
We're running out of time. We got to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Thank you.
Bye.
I hate to do that, but we got seconds left. I just want to let you guys know that all of us here at 4 Deep Sports Talk and the radio station 1320 AM want to say congratulations. Great job, guys. It was nice to see you. Again, Coach, it was nice to meet you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right, for all of us at 4 Deep Sports Talk, we hope you enjoyed this hour. We had the privilege of highlighting the Middleborough Youth Football Team, the MMC Cougars. They are your 2022 Midget League Super Bowl champions. We will catch you next weekend. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.